everything. We're online, okay?
Our communications person is saying 30 seconds till we can go, so that our live stream will pick it up. 30 seconds.
They're going to be showing, and then inside. We're going to start here. We figured it's on so that those who are, we should be on. But theoretically, we're on.
All right.
It's not very nice.
Right.
It doesn't feel good.
No. You can start.
Still, it doesn't come through.
Go ahead when you're ready.
All right. Can you hear me? Even if you don't want to. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. That was a little bit weak. I'm going to say Shabbat Shalom. You're going to say Shabbat Shalom back to me. Let's try it again. Shabbat Shalom. Much better. It's so nice that all of you just happen to be walking by at this moment. It's another Hanukkah miracle. Yes, it is. We are so glad that we can be out here all together on the avenue as we welcome not first, not the second, not the third, fourth, or fifth, but I'm supposed to get a little closer, aren't I? The sixth night of Hanukkah. So, just so everyone knows what's going to happen, we are going to, in just a moment, light up our beautiful menorah. And we're going to sing the blessings, and we're going to sing a little bit of Hanukkah song. And then over to my right and your left, you'll find we have tables set up. Grab a latke. You can stand and eat, sit and eat. We've got latkes, and there are various things on the tables as well. We want to thank Latke Daddy for making the latkes, and we want to thank Sisterhood for making all of this possible for us. I see. All right, a little closer. It's in.
No, I'm going to get the other mic. Right here. No, the light is on. No, you stay here. We need you.
We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
So, if you'll turn and face the Hanukkah, we are ready now to light candles 6 as well as 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Go, everyone.
Baruch
Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu le'hadlikneh shel Hanukkah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa ניסים אבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה. Amen. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who makes us holy through commandments and who commands us to light the lights of Hanukkah. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who did wonderful, miraculous, amazing things at this exact same time in years past. And now I want you to wish the people next to you a happy Hanukkah. And everyone, if you see that, stop camera, wave at the camera, so the folks who are joining us online feel a part of this too. And we're going to do a little bit of singing, right, Cancer?
wood broke their sword. And your wood broke their sword when our own strength failed. Let's do a little Hanukkah, Rabbi. Oh, Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all sing the Torah. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Steady both the flame with the love. And while we are playing, our candles are burning low. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Let's do that again. Oh, Hanukkah, Hanukkah, the light of the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all in the Torah. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Everyone to play with and laugh us to eat. And while we are praying, the candles are burning low. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Happy Hanukkah, everybody!
So friends, again, we are so glad that everyone is here. I invite you, the latkes are that away. We are going to invite you to have a latke. There are toppings for them as well. Wish each other a Shabbat Shalom and a happy Hanukkah. And at 6:30, for those who wish, we'll move inside into the sanctuary for our service all together. Shabbat Shalom, happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Just a quick reminder for everyone joining us at home right now, the Hanukkah service, Shabbat of Hanukkah service is going to be starting in about 17 minutes at 6:30, so just hang tight.
all get services for tonight? Yes, good. Shabbat Shalom, Carlos. How are ya? Good. What do you think? Does it look good out there? Nice to have some people here. Latka Daddy, but I don't know who that is. No. It's hard to do latkes and then come in here and sing. It's hard enough for me to begin with, so. Right. It's some 3 generations. I'm with you. Awesome. All right. How are we doing inside here? Shabbat Shalom, everyone on Zoom. It's nice to see ya. No, I even remembered to unmute myself, didn't I? Excellent. Is this mic on? It is. I don't need 2 mics on at the moment, though. Okay. Hi, David. How are ya? Oh.
Doing well. I'm in
Okay.
Arizona.
Excellent. Bertie, I'm trying to see what your shirt says. Does it say Happy Hanukkah? Excellent. Excellent. Bertie, you know anyone who has an anniversary this month?
I do.
I was hoping you'd be.
I'm not going to call any names.
Okay. Okay. I understand. I see Jane and Billy are here, and Kurt. Elizabeth, how are you? Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I get to see you 3 days in a row. How about that?
Yeah.
Glad that you're here. All right. Oh, and Caitlin is here, logged in, just reporting.
Shabbat Shalom, hi.
Shabbat Shalom. There's some folks here who know you. They're waving at you. You just don't see them yet. All right. Did everyone grab a service on your way in? This will be our service for this evening. Okay. You mean because I turned off that mic? I guess I should turn this back on. All right. Let me get rid of this, though. Okay. We will get ready to begin in just a moment. Doesn't the Hanukkah look nice? Looks nice on Zoom, too. I am your husband. That everything good?
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Good, good, good. All right, I'm going to turn off this camera and I'm going to turn off that mic because now you can just hear me this way, correct? On Zoom, you can still hear me? Good, 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 good. And even inside as well? Excellent. Oh, I have a little bit of that echo, don't I? More power to you. Oh, it's just, well, we're doing fine. We can also do that one in Yiddish and Hebrew. Okay. All right. For those of you who are in the sanctuary with us, we hope that everyone picked up a paper service. It should say evening service for the Shabbat of Hanukkah. And for those who are joining us online, I'm going to share parts of the service with you on the screen. So we won't be using our normal prayer books this evening. We hope that everyone is enjoying the beginning of Hanukkah. We are now over halfway. In fact, I believe today marks 3/4 of the way through our Festival of Lights. For those who like fractions. For those who had a latke, how are the latkes outside? Were they good? Oh, good. 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 I take no credit for them, but we thank Jen for making that happen for us. Jen was slaving over that hot frying oil all day today. What Jen does for us. Well, now people will drift in as we begin, which is fine. We don't want people to rush. They should enjoy nashing a latke. But we're going to go ahead and begin here inside our sanctuary. Again, we want to welcome everyone and wish you both a Chag Urim Sameach, a happy Hanukkah, as well as a Shabbat Shalom. We're so glad that everyone could be with us on this festive Sabbath. We are going to begin with a few words of welcome. Hine matov umanaim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this very special day. Do you want me to come over there, Cantor? Sure.
Hine matov umanaim shevet achim gam yachad. 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 How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shalom aleichem, 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 shalom aleichem. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad.
We turn now to page 1 of our service because that's always a good place to begin. And the tradition is that first we light our Hanukkah candles and then we light our Shabbat candles. So I'd like to invite Morgan and Shai and Jana to come join us as we light first the Hanukkah Menorah.
The lights of Hanukkah are a symbol of our joy. In time of darkness, our ancestors had the courage to struggle for freedom. Theirs was a victory of the weak over the strong, the few over the many. It was a victory for all ages and all peoples.
The light of our faith burns brightly now. Our people Israel has survived all who sought to destroy us. In every generation we are called, through love and self-sacrifice, to renew ourselves in the life of our people.
Let the lights we kindle shine forth for the world to see. May they illumine our lives and fill us with gratitude for those who came before us, whose will and courage, time and again, kept the flame of faith from extinction.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlikeh Hanukkah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Sha'asa nisim lavoteinu vayamim hahim b'zman hazeh. Amen.
Hanerod halalu anachnu madlikim al hanisim ve'al haniflaot ve'al hatshuot ve'al hamilchamot she'asita lavotenu v'imotenu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh. We're in the middle of page 2. We kindle these lights in remembrance of the wondrous deliverance you performed for our ancestors during these 8 days of Hanukkah. These lights are sacred. We are not to use them, but only to behold them, so that their glow may rouse us to give thanks for your wondrous acts of deliverance. And now we turn our attention to our Shabbat candles.
Hanukkah is a festival of light. Each day another candle glows. 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, until the menorah is full of candles and the room is full of light. On this Shabbat of Hanukkah, we learn that light can grow, if we will but do our part. It is we who must kindle a light for ourselves and others. And as we ourselves grow, we can make the world even brighter, even warmer for ourselves and for others, if each week we kindle a bit more light than the week before, the lights of goodness and kindness, of freedom and love. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
At the bottom, let there be joy, let there be light,
let there be peace, let there be Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlikeh shel Shabbat.
Doesn't our Hanukkah look nice? Can we make sure everyone gets to see the Hanukkah, even those online?
We did.
Oh, well, we did. But we can't now? We're on page 3, I guess, in that case. We continue now with Lecha Dodi as we welcome the Sabbath bride.
Shabbat אחד ושמו אחד ושמו תפארת בלי תהילה לנכדותי נקרא לה בני שבת נקבלה לנכדותי נקרא לה בני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונרחקים מכל הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סופה פסק במחשבה תהילה לנכדותי נקרא לה בני שבת נקבלה לנכדותי נקרא לה בני שבת נקבלה בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלתו אמונה אמסק כולה בואי עלה לנכדותי נקרא לה בני שבת נקבלה לנכדותי נקרא לה בני שבת נקבלה.
For those who are joining us from home, I'm going to put the words on the screen. We continue here at the bottom of page 3. With joy and gratitude, we greet this season of our freedom together. Not by might did we win it, not by power did we gain it, but through our strength of spirit, the Spirit of God within us. Since that day, when the land was reclaimed and the temple restored to the worship of the Holy One of Israel, we have won, we have lost, we have suffered and rejoiced. We have struggled to keep alive our people and our faith. For all our deliverances, we give thanks. Together at the top of page 4, may all who are not free go forth from bondage. May all who suffer find healing and peace. We rise for our call to worship, the Baruch Hu there in the middle of page 4. The middle of page 4, and now Israel, what is it that your God asks of you together? To honor God, walking in God's ways with love, serving God with heart and soul. God says, I call you to join me by opening blind eyes, bringing out of prison the captive, and from their dungeons, those who sit in darkness. With one voice, we pledge ourselves to the one God.
Yisrael
Please be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך וקומך וקשרתם לאהוב על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
We continue now at the bottom of page 5. True it is that you are the one creator of every living being. We are all your children, born to worship you in freedom together. Therefore, we must work for the freedom of all, that all may rejoice as did our ancestors when they were freed from Egyptian bondage. They gave thanks to you and sang with joy.
When I go to my computer and put my music on my iPad for our service, when I go to the Micha Mocha melody, I have to make sure I pick out the right melody, because I have a Micha Mocha melody for high holidays. I have a Micha Mocha melody for Purim, for Passover, for Sukkot, for Simchat Torah. And you know, there has to be one, Rabbi, for Hanukkah. It's a rule. And what melody do we sing that to? Do we know? Rock of Ages. You get a star in your head. No, I was pointing to you. Many stars on your head. So please join me in please join me as we sing this heralding song.
And if you look carefully there at the top of page 6, Judah, of course, was known as the Maccabee, which comes from the Hebrew root, which means to hit like a hammer. But some would say that Maccabee has another meaning as well. And if you look at the Hebrew there at the top of page 6, if you take the mem from me and the chaf from chamocha and the bet from Baalim and the yud for Adonai, put it together and it spells Maccabee. Judah was the one who knew that there was none like our God. And with God on our side, there was no way that we would fail. We continue there in the middle of page 6. May we lie down this night in peace and rise up to life renewed. O God, spread over us your shelter of peace, of quiet and calm, and bless us with rest. And let a time come when morning will bring no word of war or famine or anguish, a time of happiness, of contentment and rest. Together, we praise you, eternal our God, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people, Israel, and over Jerusalem. We continue with the covenant of Shabbat, Vishamru.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'odom ha'me'olam. Vishamru לחסות את השבת לכל ובני עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמעו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לכל ובני עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמעו בני ישראל את השבת, זאת את השבת לכל ובני עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמעו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לכל ובני עולם.
We turn to page 7 and we rise for the Amidah.
Adonai sefetayimcha ufiyagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu Mimoteinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Bekonei Hakol, Zocher Chastei Avot Ha'imahot, Umevin Kula Livnei B'neihem, Liman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Be'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, B'chayei hakol, Atah Rav L'Mashiach, B'chalkel Chayim B'chesed, B'chayei hakol B'racham Rabbi, Tzomech Noflim B'rofei Olim, U'matir Asurim, U'mekayem Emunato, L'shenei Achar, Mikhamot Havot Tifilot, Umido Meilach, Melech Memit, U'mechayem, U'matzmiach Yeshua, B'nei Manatav Chayot Hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'kol yom yatalu kaselcha. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Please be seated. We continue now in the middle of page 8 with a special prayer that we only recite a couple of times during the year, Hanukkah being one of them, as we thank God for the Nisim, for all of our miracles. Al HaNisim, Ve'al HaPorkan, Ve'al HaGvurot, Ve'al HaTshuot, Ve'al HaMilchamot, Sh'asita L'Avotenu V'Imotenu Bayamim Hahem Bazman Hazeh. We give thanks for the redeeming wonders and the mighty deeds by which at this season our people was saved in days of old. In the days of the Hasmoneans, a tyrant arose against our ancestors, determined to make them forget your Torah and to turn them away from obedience to your will. But you were at their side in time of trouble. You gave them strength to struggle and to triumph, that they might serve you in freedom. Through the power of your Spirit, the weak defeated the strong, the few prevailed over the many, and the righteous were triumphant. And then your children returned to your house to purify the sanctuary and kindle its lights. And they declared these days to give thanks and praise to your great name. Together, our prayer for peace. Eternal God, grant peace to our world, goodness and blessing, mercy and compassion, life and love. Inspire us to banish forever hatred, war, and bloodshed. Help us to establish forever one human family, doing your will in love and peace. O God of peace, bless us with peace. We take a few moments now for our own silent prayers. We turn now to page 9 in our service for this evening. On Hanukkah, we should spend some time giving thanks for all of the blessings in our life. And at this point in our service, we stop to give thanks for the blessing of our health. And we think of all of those who could use some health, some healing, some wholeness in their lives. This Shabbat in particular, the prayers of our congregation go out on behalf of Laura D. Christina, Lauren Bowman, Dr. Jack Hudson, Edward Lefko, Elizabeth Schlosser, Joel Webb. And we think of all of those who are suffering from the coronavirus, all of those who could use some shalom and shleima, some completeness, some wholeness, some peace and health. Oh God, we think of all who are facing illness and pain. We join our prayers with the prayers of all who love them. Give them renewed comfort and courage. Strengthen in them the healing powers you have placed within us all. Guide the hands and hearts of those who are entrusted with their care. May the knowledge of your love and ours give added hope to them and to their dear ones. May they find even greater strength because our prayers are linked with theirs. Baruch atah Adonai Rofei HaCholim. We praise you, Adonai, source of healing and health, comfort and strength. We join now on page 9 in our Misha Beirach prayer for healing. Not only is it the Shabbat of Hanukkah, but it is also the first Shabbat in the month of December, which means it's time for us to celebrate happy occasions in our lives. And so we are going to turn to those who are celebrating both anniversaries and birthdays this month. and as I look in our sanctuary, and as I look online, I know that we have some people who fall into either one or both of those categories. So we begin all of those who are celebrating an anniversary in the month of December. I invite you to rise where you are, and if half of your couple happens to be up on the bema, I invite the other half to come join. Oh, Verdi, I see you there. I know it's, you know, we have anniversaries. Excellent. And if your partner's not here, that's okay. We'll give them a hard time afterwards, but that's okay. Misha berach avotzenu v'imotzenu Avraham v'Sarah, Yitzchak v'Rivka, Yaakov v'Leah v'Rachel. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham and Sarah, Isaac and Rebekah, Jacob, Leah and Rachel, bless all of these couples who are celebrating their wedding anniversaries in the month of December. God of all generations, we give thanks for the many blessings that have graced their lives and marriage over the years. May they look upon the day of their union with thankfulness, as I always do. May this joy be with them always, their way of life loving and good, as they continue to help each other to bear life's burdens, as well as share in life's joys. In joys and trials alike, O God, you have been with them. So may you continue to be with them, guiding and sustaining them in the years to come. Grant them, O God, a peaceful dwelling where contentment and love find a resting place. May they maintain a home in which glows the light of faith, one which honors our membership in the house of Israel, our people. O God, grant that they may grow old together in health and in love, and live in gratitude for their marriage always, as together we say, Amen. And now all who are celebrating birthdays in the month of December, if you'll rise where you are or on the, and if you're at home, you can stand or sit. I leave that up to you. But Judy, I see you. Kurt, I see you. I knew I had some December birthdays online. And we have some December birthdays here as well. Excellent. I see you, Jace. Misha berach avotzenu v'imotzenu Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless all those who are celebrating their birthday this month, some even today. God of days and years, author of life, our times are in your hands. We thank you for the blessing of life and for all that enriches our lives. As we come together at Temple this Shabbat and this festival of Hanukkah, we gather in thankfulness to share in the happiness of our friends and family members who are turning 1 year older this month. Be with them always as the joy of their life. May they be blessed with health and happiness and with the strength to overcome sickness and sorrow. May they be blessed with many more years, ad mea ve'esrim, and may their lives be filled with an abundance of blessing. Baruch atah Adonai mevarech hashanim. We praise you, O God, who blesses the years. And now we join together in our prayer, the Shechianu. You may be seated as we give thanks to God for giving us life, for sustaining us, and for bringing us to this very special time.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kivanu v'kihyanu b'zman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kivanu v'kihyanu b'zman hazeh.
Now, Cantor reminded me that since we were starting our service a little bit later, that people were going to start to get hungry earlier, so that I wasn't supposed to go on too long tonight. But I was looking at my notes. I saw that, Ellen. I was looking at my notes of the Shabbat of Hanukkah last year, which we just happened to be celebrating Jana becoming a bat mitzvah exactly 1 year ago. And our theme for the Shabbat of Hanukkah last year was celebrating our survival. And I don't know, but many of us, we had one Hanukkah gift in mind. We were hoping for vaccinations last December. We've come a long way. So this year at Hanukkah, there are 3 themes that I want to quickly mention. First, one of the lessons of Hanukkah is that sometimes we have to stand up for what we believe in, and sometimes we have to fight. Even when we seem weak and our enemy strong, even when we are few and our enemy is many. At Hanukkah, we are reminded of the power of right to defeat might. We fought the good fights. We gave it our best, and with God on our side, we did not fail. That's why we're still here today. Hanukkah reminds us that we have an obligation not only to stand up for ourselves, but for those around us, to stand up for those who have no voice, to stand up for those who aren't free. Hanukkah is the first recorded fight for religious freedom. We fought for our right to practice our Judaism just as our parents and our grandparents and our great-grandparents did. And now, as we gather on this Shabbat of Hanukkah, we're grateful that we've made it this far, that we have survived. And we look forward to passing that legacy, that heritage, down to our kids and our grandkids and our great-grandkids one day as well. So the first message, the first lesson is a reminder that sometimes we have to stand up and fight and be proud of who we are. The second message of Hanukkah I want to mention, the word Hanukkah means dedication. On Hanukkah, we celebrate this festival of lights when the Maccabees rededicated the Holy Temple. You'll remember that the Syrian Greeks had desecrated the Beit HaMikdash, the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. They made it unusable. So the Maccabees put down their weapons, they gathered together, and they cleaned the whole place up. And they rededicated it to the service of the one and only God. And at the same time, the Maccabees and all who were with them took some time to dedicate themselves once again to their faith. Sometimes we have to remember what it is we're fighting for, what's important to us. And so this Hanukkah, I want to challenge all of us to think about what are we dedicated to, and perhaps what do we want to rededicate ourselves to at this time of year. Third lesson I want to mention. I mentioned in my newsletter, my bulletin article, I actually like it when Hanukkah and Thanksgiving are closer together, because one of the themes of Hanukkah is to give thanks. For our ancestors, they fought for 3 years against the Syrian Greeks until finally they could put down their weapons. And someone said, anyone know what time of year it was? So what was the last holiday we missed? And they said, well, we haven't stopped to celebrate a holiday for 3 years, but the last one was the festival of Sukkot, our festival of giving thanks. And so the Maccabees put down their weapons and they put down the mops and brooms, and they gave thanks for the miracle of their victory, the miracle of their survival. They gave thanks for the potential to continue to live Jewish lives, to pass their heritage along. Hanukkah is a great time for us as American Jews to give thanks for all of the wonderful blessings in our lives, for our freedom to practice our Judaism freely, for our survival, for the fact that it's now the year 5782 or 2021, depending on which calendar you're looking at. And we're still here, still eating those latkes and sufganiyot, and blood is still somehow flowing through our arteries. We are still here passing along our traditions and our heritage to the next generation. And God willing, may we do that for many more generations to come. Let us not be afraid to stand up and fight for what we believe in. May we rededicate ourselves at this festival of dedication to all that is important. May we rededicate ourselves to our faith, our Judaism, our people, our congregation, as well as our families and community. May we stop, give thanks, and count all the blessings in our lives. We turn now in our service to page 9, and we rise for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לדום הטוב, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגרור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו פורים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
You may be seated, but let's keep the camera right there so that everyone at home can see the Hanukkah as well. We continue on page 10. At this point in our service, we always have our prayer for the future, that day that will be. We face the future with hope made stronger by the vision of a world where poverty and war are banished, where injustice and hate are gone, and all shall at last live in freedom together. Eternal God, teach us more and more to respond to the pain of others, to heed your call for justice, to pursue the blessing of peace. Help us to gain victory over evil, to bring near the day when all the world shall be one. On that day, the age-old dream shall come true. On that day, you shall be one, and your name shall be one.
Ushemo, 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 Echad.
We remember now the ones we have loved who are no more. We love them, we think of them, we remember them. There are tears in our remembering, and there are smiles. We remember the good as though it were yesterday, and the bad has been softened by the passing seasons. Good and bad alike, laughter and tears are ours. Together, we give thanks. Remembering is a gift. We give thanks. Their lives are a blessing. We give thanks for what we had. We give thanks for what we have. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us. So we mourn the recent loss of Sandra Rabin Khan, and we are in Shloshim for Alfred Hiller, Sylvan Julian Steinberg, Louis Bob Taransky, and Dr. Richard John Wakeman. We think of those who died of this season in years past, those whom we've taken into our hearts with our own, as we lovingly recall the yahrzeit now of Fanny Schwartz Abraham, Simon Abraham, Lucille Abraham Aaron, Dr. Ted Block, Sadie Birkenrode, Sylvia Cossack Bernstein, Lois Greif Canfield, Patricia Carter Singler, Dr. Hyman Leon Cohen, Henry Friedler, Emily Kahn Grunberg, Dr. Noah Leon Hart, Jane Hall Ingram, Emil Kahn, Therese Abraham Kahn, Joseph J. Klein, Hazel E. Collitz, Paula Adler Lazarus, Josephine S. Lehman, Ferdinand Levy, Sylvia Weil Marcuse, Ray Handelman Maslansky, Morris M. Meyer, Daniel H. Raphael, Max M. Solomon, Julia Spicer, Benjamin Joseph Stern, Yvonne Usby Strug, Fanny Kahn Weiland, Gerta Weiss, Samuel Zamure, and Leah Cohen. Zichronam livracha. May their memories be a blessing as we rise now as one community to recite the words of Kadish Yatom, the mourner's Kadish. And I'll put the words on our screen as well. We join together. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, v'almad zivrach yirutzei, v'yamlich malchutzei, v'chayechon of yomechon, v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'izman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevarach le'olam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shmei dekudesha b'rechu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran v'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlomo rabba min shemaya v'chayim, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Please be seated. It's my pleasure to call on our temple president, Ellen Cohen, for a few words of welcome and announcements.
Happy Hanukkah. I'm so glad to see you all here tonight. The beam of flowers for this Shabbat were sponsored by Jerry Strug and Susan Strug-Kotwitz in memory of Yvonne Usby Strug and Naima Carter Turbinton in memory of Patricia Carter Singler. I want to thank the Temple Sinai Sisterhood for sponsoring this year's latkes and refreshments for our congregational Hanukkah on the Avenue celebration. It really was a lot of fun tonight, wasn't it? And we have a virtual Torah study tomorrow morning beginning at 9:15, followed by our Shabbat morning service, which will begin at 10:30 a.m. Both can be accessed online via Zoom and will be streaming live on our Facebook page and on the website. And this Sunday, December 5th at 4:30, we will be celebrating the last night of Hanukkah with a public celebration inside St. Louis Cathedral on Jackson Square. This event is open to the entire community and it's going to be really, really special. So we look forward to seeing you all there. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Ellen. It was so very nice to see so many folks join us in person outside as we welcomed Hanukkah on the Avenue. It's nice to have so many folks inside our sanctuary, even if almost everyone but Harry is sitting on this side and throwing me off a little bit. Harry, thank you for helping to balance that out a little bit.
I feel so lonely sometimes, Brad.
I do want to remind everyone for our families this Sunday, we're going to be celebrating Hanukkah with our Chavara at Sinai, so that all of our students will have a special class and then a chance to celebrate with a Hanukkah carnival. So religious school begins at 9 o'clock. The carnival will begin at 10 o'clock for all of our students. We're looking forward to celebrating together. And at 12:30 on Sunday will be the next installment of my Introduction to Judaism class. And this week we will be focused on the holiday of Hanukkah. A reminder that on Wednesday night, we will begin a new class in our Wednesday night live session. Cantor Coleman is going to be leading an exploration of Israeli folk music. And it's going to be a wonderful time. I hope that everyone will plan on joining us at 7 o'clock this Wednesday, the 8th, and Wednesday, the 15th as well. It's always fun to celebrate happy moments. We look forward to continuing to celebrate happy moments next Shabbat as well. We'll keep you up to date on all of that. It wouldn't be a Shabbat of Hanukkah service, though, without hearing the words of Ma'ot Tzor and Rock of Ages. So if you'll turn to page 12 in your service, you'll find the words there. When we conclude our service, we are going to wish each other a Shabbat Shalom and a happy Hanukkah, and we're going to head back out, and we're going to make Kiddush and Motzi, and there might even be a latke there. There might even be a latke, maybe, I don't know, a Hanukkah cookie as well in the shape of a dreidel or a Jewish star.
There better be a lot.
Exactly, you heard it here. So we'll conclude, we'll wish each other a Shabbat Shalom and happy Hanukkah, and then we're going to head back outside out front to make Kiddush and Motzi all together. So let's rise and join with Cantor in the singing of Rock of Ages and Ma'otzur. Shabbat Shalom, happy Hanukkah. A very happy Hanukkah to all who are here in our sanctuary. Again, you can put your services up here and we'll head outside. To everyone who's joining us online, even those who just joined us, we want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom, happy Hanukkah, and welcome home. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom, David in Arizona. Shabbat Shalom, and a happy birthday this month to our friend Kurt.
Shabbat Shalom.
Jane and Billy, always good to see you guys.
Happy Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah, Rabbi.
Happy Hanukkah. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Elizabeth.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Look at that, Verdi and Zali, and a happy anniversary to you all this month. And Shabbat Shalom, Caitlin, and let's see. Oh, I see Terry and Mary are right over there. They're waving at you. Trust me. Shabbat Shalom, Janice and Mike. Shabbat Shalom, Amy and John. Welcome home. Shabbat Shalom, Sharon. Shabbat Shalom, Ruth. Shay, a big thank you for all of your help and support as always. Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and let's go outside for those who are here. Those at home are welcome to go outside too. Shabbat Shalom.